welcome to Gaining Vision. I'm Melanie. Thanks so much for clicking. To my returning family, the Visionaries, thank you for your continuous love and support. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Please feel at home. Have you had an opportunity to subscribe to the channel yet? If not, take a second, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to like and share. Now, you know me, I love listening to the news, watching out for videos of interviews where the journalists are prepared and unbiased. Now, I know what you're thinking, that's hard to find, Melanie, and you're right. Many journalists are very biased. They have their own agenda and their own narrative that they want to spread. But there are a few out there, guys, I assure you, that are prepared and willing to do the job right. Now, I came across a video recently where the interviewer was talking to a member of the EFF who was expelled for not being able to acquire the buses for the 10th anniversary. And she had everything it took. She was prepared, she asked open-ended questions, and she made the interviewee feel comfortable. This provided an incredible interview where the interviewee was honest, clear, concise, and spoke his truth. Let's take a listen and come back and analyze.
Vusi Khoza is challenging his expulsion, citing unfairness. The party had directed that all of its officials raise funds to transport their constituents. He is standing by to tell us more about what is going to happen, I guess, in the near future. Mr. Khoza, thank you very much for your time this morning. Mr. Vusi Khoza, EFF KwaZulu-Natal, former provincial chairperson. Perhaps let's go all the way back, because I don't believe we have spoken in terms of, to your understanding, what happened that led to your expulsion?
No, thank you very much. Greetings to yourself and the viewers at home. Just a bit of a background. Somewhere in February this year, we were instructed as MPs, MPLs, councillors, let me say, public representatives of the EFF, we were instructed to procure buses. As an MP, I was expected to procure 20 buses from KZN to FNB, which would have cost in the region of 800,000 to over 1.2 million. In the process over the 6 months that I had to procure the buses, I could not raise that amount of money, and I didn't have that amount of money. So as a result, on the day of the rally, I could not provide the buses. So I was barred from attending the event, and I complied. I did not go. Later, a disciplinary process ensued, which has resulted in me being expelled from the EFF as of the 18th of this month.
Okay. We'll get into the expulsion in a few moments, but in terms of the buses, was there an expectation with terms and conditions that should you fail to procure those buses, and then you will be let go from the party? If so, was there also on your part consultation or feedback with the relevant authorities to say, well, this is where we are 3 months into it, I'm not able to raise the money or able to raise the buses 5 months into it, this is where we are sitting?
There was initially there was no indication as to what will happen should any of the public representatives fail to meet the obligation of delivering buses. However, later it was indicated that should we fail, there will be consequences without any specifications in terms of what would be the consequences. Nonetheless, yes, because the leadership kept on checking, particularly the Secretary General, kept on checking with us. How far are you? Any report? I said, I'm failing. I don't have people who have got that kind of money who can give me almost $1 million for the 20 buses. I've tried. Of course, I had people committing here and there, but last minute they came back to say, no, they are unable to assist. So I was left in a limbo in terms of not being able to fulfill that responsibility, and that's it. I make no apology for that.
Is this then what led to the disciplinary process that led to your expulsion?
Yes. What has since transpired is that I was then instructed to resign from the National Executive Committee, which is the Central Command Team CCT, because I was a member of the National Executive, the Central Command team, and also as a public representative in the Parliament of the Republic of South Africa. And then after I failed to resign, I was then charged, one, with failing to procure the passes, number two, failing to follow the instruction that I should voluntarily resign. I was charged and then expelled.
Was the process fair, according to you?
The process was fair because you must understand EFF is an organization. It's got its own rules and policies and practices. I would say it was fair in terms of how it went, but I think it was very harsh, the decision to expel so many people. Because you must understand, if you look at that list of 62, over 50% of those people are from KwaZulu-Natal. And we know for a fact that KwaZulu-Natal is one of the poorest provinces in the country. You are basically punishing people for their poverty, for their inability to raise so much of money. And should people be punished? I don't think so. I think it was a bit harsh, even though it was fair. The rules allow for that to happen. But also you must understand that some of us, like the ordinary councillors, they're just councillors. They're not experts in fundraising. And in terms of the constitution of the EFF, obviously, things of fundraising and resource mobilization, they lie in the office of the treasurer, whether it's at a branch level, regional level, provincial level, or even national. So honestly, you can't punish a person that he was unable to close the gate if that person is not a security guard. If you have a security guard that must open and close the gate at your workplace, and somebody gets punished for failure to close and open the gate when there is a person who should be doing that, I would say that would be very harsh. Yeah, basically that's my stance on this one.
Okay. There's since been a video that is doing the rounds that is purported, because it's got your face, a TikTok video has got your face, but there is a voice. We are not able to confirm whether that is indeed your voice. One, are you aware of the video? Because in the video it speaks about how the expulsions can be challenged in court. The video, the person behind the voice rather narrates that there's certain processes that should have been followed, and because there are loopholes, then these 62 people that were then dealt with are able to approach the courts. One, is that you on that video? And two, are you heading to the courts? Are you? Oh, okay. I understand we do have that bite. Okay, maybe let's play it. Let's just take a look. Listen at this.
No mbuzo othi bangakwazini ukuni replacer ningaziresigninga. I-answer ithi cha, abakwazi. Izinto ezenza ukuthi umuntu akhishwe emakhanseleni cishe mhlawumbe sithathu. Ufile, death, uresignile, voluntary resignation, noma iqembu lakhe limxosha. In other words, ngoba uyi-PR fanele bakuphuce i-membership, ngamanye amazwi bakuxoshe. Kodwa bakwazi ukuxosha ungakadluli kwi-process. So kuthathu, ufile, uziresignele voluntarily, noma uxoshiwe, iphathi yakho yakuphuca i-membership. Kodwa ukuxoshwa kufanele uthi go through i-process ngoba by law nangokwe-constitution nje yeqembu kufanele ukuthi bakuse kwi-DC, bakuphesa amacala njengoba niphesa amacala, likulahle icala, likugwebe, uxoshwe. Uthi uma uxoshiwe, ukuxosha kwakho kufanele kuyoshaywa isigxivizo, i-CCT. Futhi noma usuxoshiwe unelungelo loku-aphila. So isekude kabi le process. Njengoba nje nithi unresign, kuzofanele banibhalele incwadi bathi you are guilty. Nalapho once kwathiwa you are guilty, akusho ukuthi usuyaxoshwa emakhanseleni. Fanele kuthiwe you are guilty, uxoshiwe kwi-organization, bese kuthiwa unelungelo loku-aphila. U-aphile ku-National Disciplinary Appeals Committee, usihlalo wayo u-Deputy President Floyd Shivambu. U-aphile lapho likulahle icala. Lithi mase likulahlile, before kuphucwe i-membership, fanele kuhlangane i-CCT izothi yebo noma cha. Manje inkinga ababhekene nayo, kwa-CCT leyo ayi-exist, yaconvertwa yaba yi-Elections Task Force. Kwaze kwamenyezelwa kwi-press conference, kwathiwa ama-structures ahlakaziwe, ayoze a-convertwe after ama-elections. So hlisani umoya, there's nothing they can do. Ngeke bani-replace until ize ngixoshwe.
Mr. Khoza, are you aware of that video? Is that you indeed?
Yes. I saw the video that's circulating. The video is fake in terms of somebody decided to compile it and make it a video. That's one. But that voice is mine. I'll explain how it came about. The councillors that were facing expulsion and disciplinary processes formed a WhatsApp group, right? In the WhatsApp group, they requested to add me so that I could advise them. You must remember, one would say, why you? Because I was their chairperson at some point, and they knew that my name was on that list. So they were seeking advice to say, can the organization replace us immediately? That was done a few months back, a couple of weeks back. As you can hear, they were talking about something that must then happen in the future. They were seeking advice to say, can we be replaced? I said, no, you can't be replaced. All you need to, there has to be a process that is being followed, as I've narrated in that video. And anyone who asks for an advice from me, I'll give them an honest advice. And the advice that I gave them there was honest and procedural, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Because that video, we couldn't play all of it. There were some words that we cannot play on air, but towards the tail end, it then advises that you can head to the court. Are you heading to court? Are any of those expelled members heading to court?
I can't purport to be speaking for them. It's entirely up to them. I was just advising them about options that are there that are available for them. That includes, of course, that if the process and the procedures are flouted, there's a recourse in the court of law. As for whether I am heading to court for whatever, no, I'm not. Because it would mean that I am not taking responsibility for my failure. As much as I say it's not my fault that I could not deliver the 800,000 to $1 million in fundraising, it's not my fault. My province is such that we don't have that kind of money. I don't have rich relatives. But I make no excuses. It is within the EFF's right to take the decision that it's taken. As much as I think the decision is harsh, I will accept it, and I'll accept my expulsion. I've been given an opportunity to appeal the expulsion. 20 days for me to appeal. I'll wait for the period. I will lodge my appeal. If the final decision is that I should leave, I will gladly leave and then rest a bit at home and consider my options. But all I can say is that I'm not leaving politics. I've been in politics for a very long time. I've been a public representative for over 15 years, 5 years as an ANC White Councillor, 9 years as an EFF MPL, and almost a year as an MP. I still believe I have a role to play in the political space of South Africa, so I'll forever remain in politics.
Okay. Should your appeal then succeed, what does it tell us about your sentiment towards the party? How do you feel about the party? You happy to go back because you're mentioning that you will appeal?
If the party takes me back, I'll gladly come back. I have no ill feelings against anyone. There's no bad blood against anyone. Whoever decides that they have a gripe with me, that's their endeavor. I'm not interested. But I don't have any problem with anyone. I don't have a problem with the leadership. I don't have a problem with individual members. I would go back. But if the final verdict, the appeal says they agree with the CCT and the National Disciplinary Committee, I'll gladly walk away and consider my options. I've got a variety of options. Like I've always been in politics. I'm an entrepreneur in my own right. I've got a lot of other options that I can pursue. I don't have a problem at all.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time this morning. Vusi Khoza, EFF KwaZulu-Natal, former provincial chairperson.
What I loved most about this interview was how the interview provided the interviewee the opportunity to speak. She asked open-ended questions, and she definitely was going for what she was looking for. Even knowing that she was going to let him speak, he allowed the conversation to flow, and he spoke his truth. He was so honest. Even when she was asking him, did you think this was fair? He said, yes, the process was fair. However, it was harsh. The fact he was so honest to this, I really appreciated it. I also appreciated the fact that the interviewee took accountability that he was not able to raise the funds. because the province didn't have money and he didn't have the connections to do it. He didn't shy away from the fact he didn't get the buses. He just thought that the outcome was harsh, and he is going to appeal. The interviewer, the journalist, was great though when she even talked about the TikTok video. She knew it was his picture, but she wanted to hear his side. And she said, "I'm not sure who the voice is. Was it you? Are you aware of this video?" And he spoke his truth and he explained the situation, again, adding to the picture of what actually was happening. I don't think that if the interviewee wasn't as comfortable, he would have been as honest as he was. It takes a lot of courage to admit when you're wrong and when you haven't accomplished something. You could tell he is definitely an established politician and he still wants to be very much involved with the EFF party, but he's also ready to take accountability and responsibility for his actions of not being able to get the buses. It'd be interesting to see what happens with this appeal, but I do appreciate this interviewer who really allowed the guest to be able to share his story, as well as she didn't lead him in any way or put her thoughts or ideas. I'd love to hear your thoughts and ideas. Did you think the interviewer did a good job? And did you feel that the interviewee was honest, truthful, and was able to share his truth? Overall, I thought it was a really enjoyable interview and I was educated. I guess we'll see as time goes on what happens and if this member is able to come back or not. I'd love for you to drop your comments below and let's have a conversation. I'll be continuing to look for interviews that are good and the ones that are not so great, and I'll come back and share soon. Until next time, please don't forget to hit that notification button, like and share, and we'll see you later. Bye.